Hello guys, Mark Crossfield here. Today we're going to take a look at Nicolas Colsaerts' golf swing. Just nearly shot a 59 at the Portugal Masters. We were at the practice days for this event, so I took some footage of his swing. It was great to watch him hit some shots. So let's take a closer look at some of the high-speed footage of his swing and see if there's any secrets for the Belgian bomber's length, accuracy, and how to nearly shoot 59. Let's get stuck in. Right, so it was a lovely day at the Portugal Masters on the practice area watching these guys hit. You can see a Lasbell next to him on the left there. It's always a treat. Anyway, back to Nicolas. Great looking golf swing. So many classic positions in this golf swing. It was interesting, stood next to Nicolas. He was a big guy, an athletic guy, but he certainly wasn't the biggest or most athletic on the range. He's famous for his distance, the Belgian bomber he's known as. He hit the ball very impressively. He looked to have it on a string, which, to be honest with you, most of them did. But when I played his video back after we'd filmed it, there was nothing in there that was really kind of hitting me as massive, aggressive power moves. So if we take a look, I mean, great posture positions, shoulders forward of the toes, arms hanging down from his shoulders, relatively, nice control upper body in his setup. We're just going to put a couple of lines on here. Let's start with right knee flex here, one of the classic ones. Keep your right knee, turn into your right knee kind of movements. If we go top of his back swing here, you can see Nicolas actually slightly straightens his right leg as he extends and turns his hip. So he is actually just slightly straightening up that right leg on the back swing. So from setup through to, if we take him up to the top, it gradually starts to straighten, which I think is an interesting one because that's one lots of people always think you have to do. Now if we carry the swing on, first parallel as he takes it back, I mean again from Nicolas, from his setup, his grip, from the front on view, which I didn't get a camera shot of unfortunately because it's hard on the range to get that view. All very kind of neutral, as you would teach a beginner, as you would kind of a textbook would write how you should kind of swing the golf club. First parallel with the shaft, leading edge of the club's pretty parallel to his spine angle, which is one of those classic positions that people try and hit, and he's hitting it. This is a great shot actually from this angle. I'm going to shoot from this angle with students a lot more. Carries left arm here, and club face is relatively parallel. That to me shows his club face hasn't really twisted, it's just moving back. The club face is opening on the way back, so opening to its initial start position, but it's not twisting around the axis of the shaft, it's just naturally opening as his body rotates and his forearms rotate. So he's not adding loft or taking loft off that club. A very standard, great position. I can show you lots of golfers who get to this position, they've twisted the club say into this position, which could add a lot of loft to the club, or just send it straight right depending on how they deliver the handle, and also people who twist it down this way, which would take a lot of loft off the club, or they would need the handle a long way forwards to try and kind of control face to pass those ideas. So very nice kind of taking the back as he takes it back on the backswing. Now if we go up to the top of his backswing, again, there's nothing in here shouting aggressive to me. It's a fantastic textbook position. Lean edge of the club is slightly flatter than the left arm. I always love to see that. It's a very strong position, almost flattening the left wrist, very strong. His arms aren't particularly high up like you'd see a Bubba Watson who's aggressively sending it miles. Little bit of extending in his right leg, like I said. It's a fantastic looking position. Then as he drives down into the ball, we see a good shift onto his left foot, hips rotating. We see the club getting down to a very similar parallel that it went back on. So club face is almost in the same position. It's just very textbook stuff. He's clearing his left hip. He's got his weight pushing down on that left foot. Right foot coming up. You know, it's all the cliches. He is doing everything you'd want a swing to do. Into the impact here. See those last few clicks. Look how his hips, if I take him back a bit here. So at this moment, his hips are what you could call kind of square, if you like. They've not opened up. As he comes into the ball, the hips are aggressively opening up because he's moved his weight across. Now look, they won't really move from here on in. They are stabilizing, stopping, barely moving now as he throws that club, extends his wrist angles into the ball, delivers the power of the head. So all that energy built up through his body is stopped and it's done. It's kind of giving up and sending that energy out into the club as the club speeds up. Into impact position, left foot pretty stable, right foot coming up, right knee kicking across. You know, really, really long hitters off. At this point, you see him taking off with the left foot. He's not doing that. Got some great other footage of some other guys there who are obviously just trying to kill it. Not that that's a bad thing. That's kind of a modern way of playing golf. And they're taking off as they hit the ball. Nicolas doesn't seem to be on this iron shot. He's quite a controlled, powerful swing. So it's interesting where these guys are getting their power from. He is obviously able to get a lot of energy out into that club head without making it look like the most aggressive kind of lump and jump kind of swing, which you'll see from other players. Coming through into a very classic follow-through position. Nice high hands, coming right off the right foot and just standing up and opening up into a clear, big follow-through. He hit the ball with very little shape with this iron. It was quite a neutral, straight flight. It was an impressive swing. He was an impressive guy. He was, like I say, was fit and athletic. He wasn't the biggest, but he was, you know, you could see he had power in him. But the swing is a very interesting one there, guys, I think. He hits lots of the standard textbook positions. That's fine. That's good. He straightens his right leg a little bit, which is something maybe you think you're not meant to do, but he seems to get away with it along with many. He hit the ball a very long way, hit it hard, but he didn't do it in a kind of jumping out your boots way, which I thought was quite interesting. There you go, little insights into Nicolas Colsaerts' golf swing. Let me know what you think. Post comments down below, as always, and look forward to speaking to you soon. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments. Love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show. Get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching. Hello guys, Mark Crossfield here. Today we're going to take a look at Nicolas Colsaerts' golf swing. Just nearly shot a 59 at the Portugal Masters. We were at the practice days for this event, so I took some footage of his swing. It was great to watch him hit some shots. So let's take a closer look at some of the high-speed footage of his swing and see if there's any secrets for the Belgian bomber's length, accuracy, and how to nearly shoot 59. Let's get stuck in. Right, so it was a lovely day at the Portugal Masters on the practice area watching these guys hit. You see a Lasbell next to him on the left there. It's always a treat. Anyway, back to Nicolas. Great looking golf swing. So many classic positions in this golf swing. It was interesting, stood next to Nicolas. He was a big guy, an athletic guy, but he certainly wasn't the biggest or most athletic on the range. He's famous for his distance, the Belgian bomber he's known as. He